자, 아침에 책들도 좀 읽겠습니다. The Communication Problem Solver, Simple Tools and Techniques for Busy Managers. Building and maintaining trust and credibility. Collaborative conversation require trust. Eat that frog. 21 great ways to stop procrastinating and get more done in less time. Put the pressure on yourself. The postrequisite for success is the ability to apply your physical and mental energies to one problem incessantly without growing weary. The world is full of people who are waiting for someone to come along and motivate them to be the kind of people they wish they could be. The problem is that no one is coming to the rescue. These people are waiting for a bus on a street where no buses pass. If they don't take charge of their lives and put the pressure on themselves, they can end up waiting forever. And that is what most people do. Only about 2% of people can work entirely without the supervision. We call these people leaders. This is the kind of person you are meant to be and that you can be if you decide to be. To reach your full potential, you must form the habit of putting the pressure on yourself and not waiting for someone else to come along and do it for you. You must choose your own frogs and then make yourself eat them in the order of importance. Quantity is the one you can count. Quality is one you can count on. To know all is to forgive all. Often if you know all the details relating to a situation, you are less likely to blame or criticize someone for something. To know all is to forgive all. Tomorrow is another day. This optimistic proverb indicates that things might improve in the future and that you should put aside the problems of the present. Tomorrow is another day. Tomorrow never comes. This proverb warns us against postponing things until another time because they may never get done. Too many cooks spoil the broth. If there are too many people involved in a project, the project will not be as successful as it could be. Too many cooks spoil the broth. The past is the worst predictor of the future. Concentrate all your thought upon the work at hand. The sun's rays do not burn until brought to a focus. Better a dinner of herbs where love is than a stalled ox where hatred is. The evil the men do lives after them. Life is what happens when you are making other plans. The future is one I must make myself. Goal setting, 13 secrets of world-class achievers. Your brain will have more information through upon in the future when you are trying to accomplish a goal or solve a problem. When you accomplish anything new, something is occurring in your brain. When you make a mistake, your prefrontal cortex automatically and subconsciously search for ways to give you an answer or solution. It draws upon past experience and the information. Choose your story, change your life, silence your inner critic, and rewrite your life from the inside out. Keep in mind that these statements are as varied as the people who believe them. These statements can include but are not limited to. I always get sick when I travel. Acing the interview. How to ask and answer the question that will get you the job. I also bring success is appropriate. It certainly does not to have a story of how your unique approach to things solved the problem in a previous position. Punch fear in the face, escape at the average, do work that matters, start guiding. A friend once told me that every great story had the same four part: innocence, innocent lost, coping with the loss, resolution. Take Toy Story 3 for instance. He then proceeded to show me how every successful movie followed that pattern. Be happy. Release the power of happiness in you. The earth that is sufficient. I do not want constellations any nearer. I know they are very well where they are. I know they suffice for those who belong to them. Happiness makes itself available to you when you make yourself available to it. A random story that gets derailed. Pain, reflection, progress. Know what types of mistakes are acceptable and what types are unacceptable, and don't allow the people who work for you to make the unacceptable ones. What should I do with my life? The true story of people who answered the ultimate question. Nobody taught me the benefit of being around like-minded people. What would I do all day? Who would I talk to? I was accustomed to waking up every morning and going to the office. Teaching English as a second or foreign language. Learning strategies are defined as specific action, behavior, steps, or techniques, such as seeking out conversation partners or giving oneself encouragement to tackle a difficult language task, used by students to enhance their own learning. Mastering Fear, a Navy SEAL's Guide. We are like Sergeant Austin, who as a young man prayed to God, Lord, make me chaste, but not yet. As you master your fears, you will find that, like Crazy Horse, you can ask that question. If I died today, would I be okay with that? And answer truthfully, yes. It's not my plan or my intention or my preference. But if I died right now, this minute, so be it. And then add, meanwhile, here I am. Rejection proof. How I beat the fear and became invincible through 100 days of rejection. The next thing Smiley remembered was lying in the hospital. Some shop. 시대 Always day one. How the tech titans plan to stay on top forever. Putting AI into sales. Yeah, Singh said helped generate $200 million in extra revenue by the time he left Microsoft. More importantly, it helped sales reps spend less time on execution work. Limitless. Upgrade your brain, learn anything faster, and unlock your exceptional life. Your teacher may have asked you to spell a word like chair 50 times on a piece of paper. Yeah, smarter the growth. Their shared culture and pace make them a unique part of New York City's varied art scene. Grit, the power of passion and perseverance. I soon learned that the foundation is especially interested in why college students drop out in such large numbers. Keep sharp. Build a better brain at any age. Explore your local farmers market and buy fresh food. But in 2014, a landmark paper, which had since been widely referenced, was published in Nature, proving that artificial sweeteners affect gut bacteria microbiome in ways that lead to metabolic dysfunction, such as insulin resistance and diabetes, contributing to the same overweight and obesity epidemic for which they were marketed to provide a solution. Mine, how the hidden rules of ownership control our lives. In part because of the consolidation of inefficient small farms and intense racial discrimination in farm lending, along with outright violence and intimidation. Men, women, and the relationships, making peace with the opposite sex. As I started following through on more of my wife's wishes and preferences, I found that doing the little things often helped me gain momentum for doing other things that I might be putting off. Such changes in focus can actually help to release me from concentrating too much on tasks that may be wearing me down. I'm ready to succeed. When you first try this, you may feel that you are play acting. Future Trends, a guide to decision-making and leadership in business. Opportunities go green. Embed the politics of ecology throughout your organization. Be a loud and proud voice in greenism in your communication mix. Future trend. They are entirely harmonious, complementary, and synergistic. The story of you on Enneagram journey to becoming your true self. Try journaling. Try journaling at least 2 or 3 times a week and focus on the unpleasant feeling, situation, and conflicts you've been avoiding. The Jekyll and Hyde syndrome. What to do if someone in your life has a dual personality, or if you do. At the same time, it's a rejection of the good things within ourselves. For when we envy, we unconsciously project our own positive attributes onto others. The tragedy is that our envy blinds us to the good that is within ourselves. How we learn, tapping the subconscious. The Everyday Hero Manifesto. Maximize your productivity, serve the world, activate your positivity. Stop calling your genius shit. Everywhere you go, you'll hear good people using bad words for greater things. The way to enlightenment is not to give a fuck. He revealed a secret desire to move to Canada. The personality code. How open are you competent in your abilities? How open are you competent in your abilities? Black box of the thinking. Why most people never learn from their mistake, but some do. He left a small house in Wokingham without a word to his wife. He drove some 9 hours to a beach 10 miles from his birthplace in Scotland near R.A. Lochers. Stewart attached a hose to the exhaust pipe, led it into the car through a nearly closed window, and in a moment had Psychology for Dummies. Your fun and easy guide to the basics of human behavior. Depression drug. Antidepressant medication is one of the most widely prescribed medication in the United States. What's going on? Are we all depressed? Well, there's a lot of public awareness about depression, and advertising these drugs on television probably doesn't hurt either. However, keep in mind that research has shown that certain forms of psychotherapy can be just as effective as medication in the short run and perhaps more beneficial in the long run. long run than medication. The best drug for depression might not be a drug at all. The Everest Principle: how to achieve the summit of your life. Make sure your home is secure and safe. How to be your own best friend. That's when the fun really begins. Effortless small talk. Learn how to talk to anyone, anytime, anywhere, even if you are painfully shy. Because the other person or people, since this technique works with groups, understand what you are talking about, you've got a framework on which to build a conversation. Becoming. She would become someone I trusted, as I do still to this day, with literally every part of my life. Yeah, you can have an amazing life in just 60 days. One day I went through the large Webster's dictionary and took an inventory of all the possible trains a human being could have. I circled them, and over a period of months, I went through every single one and asked myself, where do I have that trait? The law of reflection. How to talk to anyone. How to sound like you are peas in a pod. Why? We are just alike. If you squint your eyes, if you squint your eyes and look up carefully at a flight of birds, you'll see finches flying with the finches, swallows soaring with the swallows, and the yellow birds winging it with the yellow birds. Finches, finches. The law of garbage truck. How to respond to people who dump on you, and how to stop dumping on others. Kim's the story. When you get into a tight place and everything goes against you, who's against you, till it seems as though you could not hold on a minute longer. Never give up then, for that is just the place and the time that the tide will turn. Your next season. Figure out the one you are passionate about. Figure out the one you are passionate about. What will satisfy you as you move forward? Make the most of this exciting new time in your life. "50 high-impact speeches and remarks, proven words you can adapt for any business occasion." Discuss the restitution. What is going to change? Intelligence, the creative response to now. You will have to learn patience. You will have to learn infinite patience. 1001 ways to be romantic. How to make the little gesture that count. This ritual gives you a built-in gift every year. From stress to success in just 31 days. Now write your own affirmation in your journal or on a separate piece of paper. I love female orgasm. Yeah, my partner feels that a sex toy would not allow him to perform his manly duty. He feels that He should be the only one giving me orgasm. Boundless potential. Transform your brain. Unleash your talents. Reinvent your work in midlife and beyond. Why do you suppose your colleagues argue with you? Team players who exhibit adaptability have certain characteristics. Adaptable people are teachable, emotionally secure, creative, service-minded, creative. When difficult times come, creative people find a way. Creativity fosters adaptability. You don't have to be ruthless to win. In the years before we started our own company together, Blake was actually a competitor of mine. Public speaking skills. Overcome the fear of public speaking. Chapter 13. Good vibration, resonance. Resonance improves how something, in this case your body, amplifies sound. Eat, move, sleep. How small choices lead to big changes. Most of us have additional time to plan and prepare a meal in the evening, so try to increase the quality and variety of what you eat for dinner. Use the lighter ingredients and smaller portions. Introduce a few new vegetables or spices. Make this the meal where you learn to enjoy new foods each day. A lighter dinner will also help you sleep. Reinvention. How to make the rest of your life the best of your life. One of the qualities of leaders in every field is that they think about the future much of the time. Increase your core competencies. Practice what is called gap analysis on your job. Look at the gap between where you are today and where you would like to be in the future. What changes should you begin making right now in order to fill this gap? What would gap analysis? What would you have to do to work yourself into the kind of job you want? The complete microbiotic diet. Place a lid on the pot. From failure to success. Everyday habits and exercise to build mental resilience and turn failure into success. The third step to overcome failure is to change your emotional state, to go from the negative feelings to a more positive mindset. Change your brain, change your life. Here are 5 patterns connecting the links between drugs, violence, and the brain. Nicotine and caffeine may also be involved and may magnify the negative effects of other substances. Interview for success. Negotiate the salary. Demonstrate your value. The salary question is awkward for many applicants who are reluctant to talk about the money. Yeah, this notion was solidified by the results of getting drunk on a six-pack of Michelob and half a bottle of champagne. When I was 16 years old, I was sick for 3 days. The mind-body prescription, healing the body, healing the pain. That idea is, of course, highly theoretical. Punch Pierre in the face. That one is pretty easy. If anything, the hardest part will be deciding which people to guide. People who notice you are not average tend to want to take you out to copy and ask, what's different about you? What's the fastest way to learn a language? Act like a baby. Charity begins at home. One should take care of one's own family, friends, or fellow citizens before helping other people. Charity begins at home. Family. Today, most people live in small nuclear families, and many wives work outside the home. Yeah, a man in the midlife crisis. Last year, my husband Bernie lost his job at the age of 50. It was a blow to his ego and pushed him into a midlife crisis, sink into a depression. Toot one's own horn, boast. Marry him. But these guys always get married, I said. Yeah, but do they marry now? $1 million habits, 10 simple steps to getting everything you want in life. Day after day, I relentlessly studied the manual. They came with my computer, trying to suppress my frustration and stubbornly believing that if I just stuck with it, sooner or later, I would learn how to turn on the computer. Doing work you love, discovering your purpose and realizing your dreams. Most of us also hate to market ourselves. The inner critic whispers loudly, I shouldn't have to. Seeing around the corners, how to spot the inflection point in business before they happen. Yeah, and recognize the urgent need for a major shift in emphasis from shipping great product to building and inspiring new capabilities. Who's got your back? The secret to finding the 3 people who will change your life. And the second time, EO saved the mess of the marriage. I have several thriving companies.